My name is Donnie Baseball, filling in as the intermediate host for the Boxing Asylum podcast.
Yeah,
And I'm joined alongside my partners here, Tommy Allen, Kurt Ward, and Andy Patterson are all joining us today. And we have the legendary trainer Enzo Calzaghe, and father trainer of Joe Calzaghe, the former lineal super middleweight and light heavyweight champion of the world. How are you doing these days, Enzo?
well, I'm okay. I'm actually with Joe now. Well, not actually with me, but he's down the road somewhere, right? So, okay, we're doing fantastic. We're enjoying our lives so far. So good. Hello?
Can you tell us how you got into training fighters, Enzo?
So, do I train fighters? Yeah, well, that's one or two, yeah. But what I'm doing is, obviously, is to make sure that the right ones come along.
I was going to ask you, Enzo.
Yes, I'm all ears, yeah.
Yes, you've been in the news lately, and with respect to your good buddy Carl Froch. So I wanted to start off the interview with a bang by asking you a quick question about that. All right, fire away. Obviously, I know you would take exception to Froch declaring himself as the greatest fighter in modern UK history, to which your response was that Froch's style was something like you'd see outside a pub on a Saturday night. Now, I'm just wondering, I mean, all kidding aside, with the exception of Andre Ward, Froch is essentially cleaned out 168. Do you really believe he's just a glorified club fighter?
Well, I say, what I want to talk the truth, as far as I'm concerned, right? Carl Froch, it never turned me on. Never has. Okay? We're talking about Mayweather's, we could talk about, obviously, Nathan Cavaliers. We talk about places where in other words, something about them, right? They've got something that goes special. Now, after Carl Froch is not a special fighter. It doesn't matter, look at it. He's not a special fighter. He boxed, what he done well. Okay, let's be honest. It works for him. I'm happy that it worked for him. But now after me, the boxing connoisseur that I am, I pride myself to have a really good idea, an eye for boxer. Now, what it is, he cannot drop his hands like he does. He can't do bits and pieces like he does. He's just not constructive boxing, good boxing. What it is, he's tough. I'll give that to him. He's tough. Probably very tough. That's the reality of it. And what's keeping him alive is his chin.
So you feel like it's
keeping him alive. Because once... So, go on further, yeah?
Well, no, I was going to say, you feel like his toughness carries him further than his natural talents and abilities would otherwise take him.
Well, let's be honest about it. I mean, at the end of the day, what I'm thinking of, right, is this. That if I had to train him, right, I would make a lot of adjustments, and I mean a lot of adjustments. He isn't naturally gifted with what, up top fighters that had the Ward, etc., go on, and not just show, but other fight Mayweather's. To belong to that class and say that he's the best boxer come out from Britain ever, is completely insulting and absolutely insult to the likes of, Chris Eubanks and, you name it, that level there, which obviously lots of others, right? An absolute insult to actually declares that himself as the messiah of boxing. To me, who is he kidding? Who is he kidding? He boxed an absolutely spent out Kessler, yes. Like about 4 years older than what he was when he boxed Joe. I'm not. Yep. This is not a thing to glorify Joe whatsoever. I mean, Joe knows to be glorified at all. The public do that for Joe, right? Okay. But as far as going, he glorifies himself.
Now, speaking.
Sorry.
I was going to say, speaking of fighters that you say, if you were their trainer, you'd make a lot of stylistic adjustments. Back in 2012, when Amir Khan left Freddie Roach, you told The Guardian that you'd love to train Khan, and that you said with the right trainer, Khan could be unbeatable. Now, I was curious, first of all, did you meet with Khan and his team and discuss the possibility of being his trainer? And secondly,
yes.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yes, I'll tell you about that. No, and what's the second part?
Well, forget about the second part at first. You did meet with this team.
First part, yeah, we met each other in the hotel in Birmingham. I think it was on Enzo McAnally's title fight, for which the whole team, not only Andy Carr wasn't there. The whole team was his lawyers, his father, his manager. We sat down, obviously, in particular in some part of the hotel, to have a conversation between us lot, me and their lot, to basically construct some idea and really our train and what's the name? The fighter, American.
Yeah.
Train American. Which obviously, I said probably yes. I mean, obviously, I was still a boxing trainer at that particular time, and at a level, whatever. So anyway, as we spoke about it, we made a couple of questions to answer, and they asked a lot of questions to myself. So I said, where shall we train? So I said, well, if you want to train, I'm happy to train now. American, good fighter. I can obviously improve him better, and they like that part of it. But I said I can improve him further. With my system is slightly what I said. I pride myself probably to say my system is good and Fred Roch even better. You know what I mean? Obviously, the reason is sorry. The reason for this is because the punches and bunches was my creation, which I did from 25 years ago, and where people ridiculed it as slapping. Obviously, nobody now, the boxing these days has gone into that mode of punches and bunches because being the referees can no longer see and accept the fact major punch got to compete in the chin before he gets knocked out. As you know, the referees are really carefully now to stop a fight before it actually hurts to anybody, you know what I mean? So obviously punches and punches was a great routine. So obviously, it works for everybody, that one punch and punch. But in any case, I was talking to the American, the team, and obviously father, and I was happy. Of course, I was happy to have a conversation about it, right? Talk to the lawyer as well, the lawyer. They said besides the method of what's in it, So I said basically, I got to say, raise my hand. I said, the one thing I will do it only one way. I do the rules, not you rule me. I don't get ruled by any boxer. I said, I rule them. Okay, Enzo Calzaghe, Gavin Rees, all world champions. I said, I like to be my own boss, not being bossed. So we listened along a bit there. And I said, another thing I said, training in my place in Newbridge, not me come to Bolton to train him, okay? I'm the boss. You come to my place, and I'll train you. You can go back home, back to me, and back home, all right? I want to be accepted. And by the way, I said, when I say jump, you've got to say how high.
And you feel like he resented that?
He probably had. I think somewhere down the line, because no further progress with him. We left to shook hands, a great stuff, and have a chat, go watch the Enzo Calzaghe fight. But further, I think intimidation is very, very bad. Intimidation, right? Because what I'm thinking is I intimidated him, right? For very hard work to be done. Because I am a taskmaster. I'm a masochist. But I'll do it myself. I would go there smart with him. I'll give you that done all throughout my career. I'm not one of these outside the ring trainers. I'm inside the ring trainer. Right? And I'll accept them. They'll do what I ask if I could do it myself. I want to ask a guy to do 25,000 push-ups unless I can do 26,000. You know what I mean?
Yep. Now, before I turn this over to the other panelists so they can ask some questions, I just have one last one kind of related to this, which is, given that he did go with Virgil Hunter, and given that, in his last fight, after being with Hunter for several months, he seemingly just squeezed past Diaz and didn't really look substantially different than he had before Virgil Hunter. Do you think Virgil Hunter is overrated as a trainer? I mean, is he just lucky that Andre Ward walked into his gym?
By far. I mean, at the end of the day, I don't readjust trainers, but I don't even insult him. The fact that he works behind the gym, on the floor, while that guy was sitting in a stool, I've never seen that before. I've never seen before. I don't see what benefit is to come, turn his head round, looking down all over the place. That's not technical. professional training, as far as I'm concerned. That's not professional fighting. You've got to be a face, eye to eye. Look at me when I'm talking to you. All right? Mm-hmm. That's the way you train. That's the way we're trained, and that's the way I think people should train in people, boxers. Look at them eye to eye. Let them see in the eyes what you're talking about. Not turn his head down and behind the corner. I've never seen that before in my life. So obviously, no, but that word, I think definitely he's overrated. Because I can't. He's overrated.
Okay. All right. So let me turn this over now to Kurt. Kurt, fire away for Enzo.
Yeah. Hi, Enzo. Looking back over Joel's, undefeated pro career, what would you say his finest performance in the ring was?
Well, listen, truthfully, to say that, it's hard to say it because I look at the fight individually. My eyes are on in that particular fight. I don't bet you until after, a long time after, looking back at everyone in this fight. Okay. And to me, some of what you think is not the best are the best because there must have been a hard task on it, and he won flying colours. So, which is the best one there? Let's say some of the best. How's that?
Yeah.
Lacey was a good one. Kessler was beautiful. Roy Jones was a fantastic one.
Eubank.
We go Eubank, of course. So it depends which one would you put as number 1, 2, and 3, and 4. You see what I mean?
Enzo, I think a really underrated performance of Joe's was against Charles Brewer.
Charles Brewer, what a fight!
That was a great fight.
What a fight! Yep. So I mean, what I'm saying is, in a nutshell, is that you're asking me and I would turn around and say, which one? I'll think myself, which one? Eubanks was fantastic. That made him basically that hard, fast task. That brilliant guy called Chris Eubanks made Joe in some way his character because he had to know where he got first time ever, and he felt so. That's a great one. The surprise one was Lacey, the way he destroyed him. That's a surprise more than anything. Because I knew from day one I said from day one, Joe will tell you, look in his book, it says, I told him you destroy him. He said, why did you say that? Well, it's common sense, I said, Joe. Listen to me carefully. That guy punches 1 punch in 5 moves. Yeah? You punch 5 punches in 1 move. And he said, oh. And in any case, after that, then he beat him up. He said, and Dad, you were right, Dad. You were right. Kessler was another beautiful fight. Common sense. Because the way he uplifted his movements from round 4 or 5 onwards. So it's really hard to say which is actually what I like them all. Truthfully, I like Charles Brewer. It was a great fight. 1-to-1, toe-to-toe. What more can you say? And so same for to say that this fight against Kessler was the best ever seen in this Britain country. It's absolutely salty garbage.
On the subject of Froch, actually, I think Tommy has a question about that.
No, Froch said that no one's. It wasn't that much that he said. It was the promoter, what's his name? He said that's the best fight this country has ever seen. Yes, a bloody break. It was a scrapyard, down a scrapyard. That's what I said. It's like a pub brawl down the road.
Enzo, how do you think a fight with Nathan Cleverly and Froch would go?
Well, I believe this. Now, I'm trying to launch that because I trained Nathan Cleverly from a youth to a pro. I've had 18 pro fights with him before he obviously did with fighting companies. But let me tell you, this guy is bird beast, definitely class act. I trained him from day one. And let me tell you, what Joe's moves, etc., they're official. This style belongs to Calzaghe's style. Now, he wouldn't be able, Froch would not be able to cope with not much the power, but the work rate of Nathan. And Nathan, make no mistake, he's got a fantastic chin himself. Because I've seen him anytime he fought. He hasn't fought very often. And because obviously, he shrugs it off. So, I look at, obviously, the punches and bunches, the power of the punches and bunches. I don't think Froch will be able to cope with that system. I would definitely say that obviously Nathan could do a good job on him.
So Andy, what would you like to ask Enzo today? Is Andy on here with us?
Anybody in?
Enzo, I'll ask a question. What were your thoughts on Joe receiving the great honour from Ringate earlier this year and being named their Fighter of the Decade?
Oh, what can I say? Spectacular. I mean, obviously, there's no boasting attitude to say he's great, Joe's, and that. But I think he deserves it. Whether whether I was his trainer's father, the achievement, obviously, Joe, what he did, and Humble's so good with it. You know, really deserves a collate 100% of that. I'm really proud to hear that. He's a good fighter of the decade, beating with people like Hopkins, Roy Jones, brilliant fighters around, Kessler. You tell me, to be voted above all those, it's an honour.
Speaking of fighters that you formerly trained like Cleverly, I have another question about another former charge of yours, and that's Gavin Rees. Being an American, of course, yeah, we saw him on television on our screens in America rather recently against Broner. And interestingly enough, for the first couple of rounds, he hit Broner with some good shots, but he just seemed obviously way too small to do any meaningful damage. And I'm just wondering, and maybe you had this conversation with him in the past when you were his trainer, but do you believe he should be fighting at 130? And you know, if so, why isn't he? I mean, is it like a diet or nutrition thing, or is it dedication to training?
Well, his father's got the same genes, right? He's very short, but very stocky. So it's probably, as a family, we call it, he's very, very stocky. Daddy shows only 5'3", but really he's what you call a dynamic fighter for the period of time. Because obviously that type of what they call it, that not fitness, but the body work on them. It's something about it that it can never change. It will never change unless it slows down the shots. But as it is, you change style then, of course, because when he boxed to win a world title, he won a world title. But obviously that was more or less punches and bunches.
Yes.
And it worked very well, like it did in Broner. The 5 rounds or 4 rounds, he's doing great.
Yes.
So, I mean, the question you said to drop down in weight, he should drop down in weight. I agree with 100%. But if he could get down to featherweight or super featherweight.
And at 130, there's that other Welsh fighter. I can't think of his name.
Gary Buckland.
The young one.
Yeah,
Gary Buckland.
That's right.
That would be. I mean, would that be a big fight in Wales? I assume it would be.
Well, it would be exciting. Of course it was, because of the Welsh first. But obviously, getting down there, Gavin had a problem to get down that particular weight. I don't know why, but obviously, it's the horse of the courses. You know, really, I don't know how we can make it. But I mean, if we push it down, I think he can get down for that particular weight. But will he be strong? There's the question. Will he be tough enough? Now, it's a dangerous move to take over if you don't commit yourself to it.
Sure. I mean, what about his upcoming fight with Krola? What do you think his chances are there?
Well, he's not a bad kid. I've seen him boxing, and he's not a bad kid. But taking that away from Gavin, I think, is definitely top class. We know for a fact that we've done with Broner, he's done fantastic, but Broner is what you call an A-class fighter now. So he didn't do bad at all. Now, will he cope with the Corolla? It's all about hunger, isn't it? It's all about hunger. When you get up the ladder, come down quick. You know, sometimes you're playing well and you've got the passion for it. So, Corolla needs it badly, obviously, doesn't he?
Yes.
And some people, and I said to Joe once upon a time, I said, listen, Joe, the problem. He said, what's that, Dad? It's not my problem. I said, it's you. He said, why? I said, you're training like a champion. So, you should be, what's happened today that said we should train like a challenger? And you realize, you're right, Dad. That's bottom line with Gavin now. He's been up the ladder, Corona, all that stuff now, right? Corona hasn't been up there. Now, will it be a kettle of fish, a different kettle of fish? Will his hunger be more than Gavin? So that's something we'll find out. But they're both good fighters. It can be 50-50.
All right, Kurt. I think, did you have a question about the father-son relationship, or was it that?
Yeah, Enzo, just one quick question before we ask you about your show. With Froch has recently, he's come out that Froch may fight Hopkins at the end of the year. I mean, would you give Hopkins a chance in that fight despite his age at this time?
How come he's looking for shit? How come he's looking for him? Why? He's 50 years old. He's supposed to be this new body on the town. What the hell is it for him for? Why? What's wrong with Kevin? What's wrong with George Grove?
Yeah.
So it's an absolutely, what I say personally, he's sold the boxing. Because then he obviously do it for the money.
Yeah.
Not because he's so good, it's just the money case. Why are you taking the same path as Joe again? Another one.
And Enzo, could you let our listeners know about the upcoming show you got at your gym?
Oh, fantastic! I would like to tell you. Yeah, it's on the 5th of July. It's nice to get together, get everybody getting together, like some newbies, people always following boxing, Joe's Fascinados, and the sets of show, and Neighbor Kevin will be there. Hopefully more other, my ex-boxers will be there. It's a great night. There'll be music going on as well. I'll be launching my album. That'll be great. Any more questions?
That's fine, Enzo. Thanks very much for your time, mate.
You're welcome aboard, right? Okay.
Good luck, mate. Good luck.
Thanks a lot, Enzo.
Do you notice I did it without swearing once?
Hey, mate, you can swear if you want. We didn't fuck about on here,
Oh,
mate.
for fuck's sake, motherfuckers. I like it.
Cheers, Enzo.
Thanks a lot, Enzo.
Thank you,
Cheers,
Enzo,
mate.
very much.
Bye-bye.
Cheers.
Bye.